Morning all of you. Today we are going to discuss one more topic and name of topic is function in Python. Let's see what is function in Python. A function is a named sequence of statements that perform a computation task. It's contain different line of codes that are executed sequentially from top to bottom by its interpreter. They are the most important building block of any software in Python. Function provide better modularity for your application and a high degree of code reusing. A function is a block of organized reusable code that is used to perform a specific task and it runs when it is called. That means once we define the code inside the function and after that we can use it many times in our programs. For using it we just call the function. Let's see next slide. Now there are three types of functions. First, models. Second, built-in function. Third, user-defined function. That means function which is defined by user. Let's see first thing, module. A Python module is a Python file which contains a set of functions and variables to be used in applications. It simply contains the definition of functions. Now there are two types of models. First, built-in model and second, user-defined model. We will see the first user defined module, how user can define its own module. Now to create a module, there is simple, we just declare create one Python file. Suppose name of file is mymodule.py. Now here we are defining two functions, one addition function, second subtraction function, that much only, and just save the file. Now to call this module in another file, there are two methods, two statements. First, import statement, second, from import statement. Now modules create.py extensions can be used in another file. Suppose we just create the file call module.py, and here what we are doing here, we are just import that module. Import in name of module is my module, and we are just calling the function with argument add and subtract. So definitions are there, my module.py file, and we are just include this my module into another file that is call module.py. So in this file we are not going to define or give the definition of add and subtract function. We are just calling add and subtract function. So this is the use of module. Second type of statement is from import statement. From import statement allows you to import specific functions or variable of module in a file. Suppose one module is containing 100 methods, 100 function, and we want to use only one functions. In this case we have to use from import functions. What we have to do, we just write here from name of module, my module, and import name of function. That means we want to use only 8 functions. That's why we are mentioning here 8 function, name of 8 function, and use it in file. So it's about the module. Let's see second type of module, that is built-in module. The Python interpreter has a number of built-in functions. They are loaded automatically as the interpreter starts, like input function, print function, and some more modules like first module, math module. Some of the most popular mathematical functions are defined in this math module, like trigonometric functions, representation functions, log functions, angle based functions, sine, cos, tan, log, exponent, power, sqrt, degrees, radians functions are also part of math module. How to use math module? Just write import math and use the math module function like cos, value of cos 3, value of sine 3, value of tan 3, value of pi. So we have to write the name of module dot the name of function. So this is output also here. Now one more, how to use sqrt and power function of math module. Just write import math and just take input one value, enter the number, and just y equal to math dot sqrt in bracket x. It will return the square of x value. And same way power of the particular number. So this is a way through how we can use math module in our program. Cell and floor function is also there. Cell functions just round the number to its nearest largest one, and floor functions just round the number to its nearest lowest number. Examples are there here. Now one more model, Python static models. Static models, just statics of numerical data, like mean, median and mode methods are there. And how we can use this mean, median, mode methods, example are given here. Just write the name of module dot function. It will return the mean of 2 5 6 9. Median 1 2 3 7 8 9, the median number that will written by this median function. And mode means what? The most common data number inside the particular category. So these three functions are part of statics module. Now one more important module is random module. A function in random module depends on pseudo number generator. It will return the random number to a specific range. First one, random function, which create the random float type of numbers between the 0.02 particular range. Second, random dot ret int. It will return the integer number to specified range. Third function is range function. It will return randomly selected elements, and we have to provide the range like the starting point, stop point and jump point. Then it will return the random number from particular this range. Random choice, it return randomly numbers selected elements from the empty sequence. It will return the particular one number among the list. So these four type of random function which will return the random number in between the particular range from the particular range. Example of random functions, just import random module. First, random dot redint 0 to 5. It will return the any one number from 0 to 5 randomly. Each time you are execute the code, it will return the new number from 0 to 5. Second, suppose random dot random into 100, so it will return the number from 0 to 100. Next, so we can use this into for loop also. Suppose we want to generate any three random number from range functions from starting point 0, end point 101 and jump point 5. So this is example of random function. Now built-in functions, they are provided by the interpreter, or they are the part of the interpreter of Python. So the example of like absolute value, max function, minimum function, length function, range function, round, bool function, chr function, float, int functions, long, str functions. These are the example of built-in function, which Python has a small set of built-in functions, and we can use it without importing any module. Now user-defined functions, as you know what is user-defined function. The function which is defined by user is known as user-defined functions, and in Python user-defined functions declare being with the keyword def and followed by the function name, and you can mention the argument list inside the round bracket and colon. After defining the function, you just call it and it will execute. How to define functions, creating functions. You can see the example: definition, def, keyword, name of functions, brackets, colon and the code of the given function. How to call functions? After defining the function, how we can call the functions? You can see directly example over here. We just define average number function, colon, and just give the definition of average number, and after that we are calling it. Name of functions, empty brackets, and just function will invoked. Now type of declarations, there are four types of declarations: function with argument, function without argument, function with default argument and function with return type. Let's see one by one. First, function without argument. That means in the function definition we are not passing any argument. You can see here example definition print functions which having nothing, argument list is 0 and we are just calling it. So it's known as function without argument. Function with arguments are parameter. It is possible to define function which receive one or more parameter. It can possible. So here you can see example functions definition, my function and one parameter fname. Now at the time of calling we are passing the values for this fname, math, science, English, and it all these three values one by one copied into fname, and fname is displayed in function definition. Passing any data types as parameter, that means same example function with argument is a function addition with two values, and we are passing two values 10 20 to function addition function, next time 3 and 40 to function addition. Now function with default parameter. Default argument are used when user provide no argument at the time of calling function. In this case default value will be used. How we can mention default values at the time of declaration? You can see here function variable name is country and we are default values is Norway. Now calling functions, first we are calling function with value Sweden, second we are calling function with India, and third time we are not passing any values. At that time default values in function definition Norway will be used. So it's known as function with default parameter. One more example of default parameters, suppose two parameters x and y, we are providing default value to y. Now here first you are calling the function value 4, add value with 4. So 4 will be copied into x and value of y is 5. And next time we are passing two values, that means 8 and 3 will be used. We are passing, then passing value will be used, and if we are not passing then default value will be used. Function with return type. Some function which will return the result, they don't display the result in function definition. For example, function definition is here, function definition xy, we are just plus 8x and y, and result is stored into the variable z. Now we are just returning the value z to calling point. Calling point means here, you can see here addition 10 20. Now after calling the function again it is back to the calling point and the value z will be stored into the result. So it is known as function with return statement. Now one concept here, parameters and arguments. What is parameter and what is argument? Parameters are nothing. Parameters are the values provided in parentheses when we declare the function. At the time of declaration, the function definition of function, we are mentioning the values. So these values are known as parameter. Like keyword def and si will receive three values prt. So this prt is known as parameter. Now what is argument? Arguments are the values provided at the time of calling function statement. When we call the function, we are passing some values. Suppose we are calling function si and the values are 1002 and 10. So these values are known as arguments. So it is difference between parameters and arguments. I think you will understand about the concept of functions, and if you have any query, any doubt regarding function, you can call me, you can WhatsApp me anytime. Thank you. Have a nice day.